Let's tune into the energies today, see what Spirit has for us. Just going to go ahead and set our intention. And we're going to go ahead and open up and allow for the divine to use me as a conduit to bring in high vibrational communications. I open myself up to speak truth and bring knowledge that will allow for a sense of peace is what I'm receiving. I get some peace today, a sense of knowing, some confirmation. These messages today will bring through information that's going to allow for the collective to rise and for the betterment of all. Okay, let me clear the space, and I also connect with the cards, clear the cards with light language. So I'm going to do that. And forgive me, right before I started, I sneezed 4 times. And I feel like I'm still recovering from that. So I've really been liking, we'll go with it for now, starting out, just kind of getting vibes. If anyone's wondering what this deck is, I'm this type where it's if you like it, go get it. Screenshot, whatever you want to do. Go back and watch the replay. But I really like this deck. I liked that it had the pink option. All right, so let's see, who are we working with today? What's going on today for this group? Okay, so we are going the Sword and Rose. This is so interesting. So I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to shows like The Voice. I don't really ever get a chance to watch them, but I like to watch the stuff on YouTube. And I came across this one artist that sang a Bon Jovi song that's, I'd honestly never heard of it. I'm in my 30s. I'm 37 for anyone who feels they need to know that. But I just heard this Bon Jovi song, the Bed of Roses, and I've been obsessed with it, especially the guy who sang it. He's this German guy, Matthias something. So good. So good. I've literally been listening to it over and over and over again. And so I find it interesting that we have this Sword and Rose. Okay, so Sword and Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, power. That's a lot of different meanings. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is we definitely are having some aha moments. Some things are starting to get very clear. I feel like a lot of people have been entering into this energy after this super blue, whatever, moon stuff. It was it took some veil off. So people are getting really, really clear on some things, and it's really, it's funny, the Phoenix, it's starting new phases, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. So I think what's happened too, from what I've been seeing, from the messages I've been getting from you all in my beautiful community, a lot of people have realized that the twin flame that they've been with has been a lower dimensional twin flame. Okay, so a 3D twin flame, and they have realized and understood that one is not going to be able to send with them to the levels that are needed in order to experience divine union. And so there's this aha where it's oh my gosh, I don't have to wait. I don't have to tolerate and put up with this narcissistic, unhealthy, disgusting behavior from this person. I can actually continue with my my journey with my work and find someone else who's going to become a new vibrational match in this twin flame soul group. So this has been like big ahas, huge ahas coming through. And then we have the boat, receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on. What? Closure. Okay, so wow. All right, so it looks like, again, we're looking at this group who is like, okay, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing that I'm being called into a new level, into a new dimension. This is what I've been saying, talking about how with these twin flames, some people refer to them as false twins. They're not false twins. They're just not twins that we're meant to have divine union with. That goes again into that idea that's like, there's only one. We need to get rid of that idea. That is a patriarchal, limited thinking. Anything dealing with the universe, anything dealing with feminine, being in flow, it is fully expansive. There are unlimited opportunities, unlimited options, even with the twin flame experience. It is about us having divine union. It does not mean meeting someone specific and it only being that one person. We need to get that thought out. Okay, so we've got some people that are moving on, moving into a new phase. All right, so tell me more about this. Tell me more about what's going on with this group. Let's get some support and clarity for this group. Yeah, so we're in a situation, 5 of Wands. I mean, I'm so sorry again. I sneezed a lot right before I started. And now I'm like majorly recovering from this. Okay, so 5 of Wands, this is like conflict, right? So we're in a situation that was probably feeling like it had a lot of conflict. Yep. So Hierophant reversed here. Again, I read reverse a little bit differently than most readers do. I look at it kind of as like a blockage in that energy. So whatever was going on with this conflict, it was definitely blocking connection to the divine. It was blocking connection with our higher purpose, our higher knowledge. It was like, I'm getting the word distraction. Okay, it was really distracting us from like moving forward. And that's part of this, honestly, this plan, this patriarchal regime that came through, that kind of took over the twin flame concept, where it was like, let's just tell everyone it's just one person. So then they're like trapped and stuck in this like weird endless cycle. So no one ascends. Okay. So it's like this is kind of what this conflict, honestly, it seems like was designed for. It's like, convince them that there's just one person out there for them that's like the holy grail, that's going to be their ultimate happiness. And then this is going to block their development, their growth, their expansion. But that's shifting. There's something shifting collectively. And I feel like this knowledge, people have not really been ready for this knowledge. Because I know it's going to upset a lot of people. I've been losing followers since I've been spouting some truth, and it's okay. Because the right people who are ready for this truth are going to come in, and that's wonderful. But I have the Justice card here. So something is going to start being balanced. Like it's starting to be realized that this is not working. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So we had the conflict that was blocking us from our spiritual connection. Look at that. Okay. So we have Judgment reversed with this 5 of Wands energy. So yeah, it was like, there was a lot of confusion is what I'm getting. It's like a lack of judgment, but not really so much with our actual judgment. It was just causing confusion. Like we weren't seeing things clearly. We were kind of stuck in this false yeah, look at this. This false idea, 10 of Wands here with this reversed Hierophant. So it's like we're carrying this very heavy burden. Like imagine that. Imagine that heavy burden of thinking, wow, there's only this one specific person and look how toxic they are. Look how wounded they are. Look at how much they're not doing the work. Look how much they're trying to hold me back from doing my own work. That is a heavy, heavy weight to carry, right? That's a very heavy burden to feel that way, to think like, wow, I guess I'll just never have this because I cannot see this person ever stepping into this. I mean, I've talked to people who've been on their twin flame journey for 10 plus years and they're still waiting for someone. And I'm like, honey, like you should have just been healing so that you can become a vibrational match. This is why I talk so much about the witch's wound and the warrior's wound, because those are the things that need to be healed. It's that fear of abandonment and betrayal for the witch's wound, and then the fear of failure and inadequacy, not good enough, with the masculine that needs to be healed. This is what needs to be healed in order to be able to have unions. Wow, yeah. Look at this, the devil reversed here with this justice card. So what this is telling me is it's like breaking free of this mental prison that we've been in, but also this idea and this concept of like having to be in these toxic situations. I talk to so many beautiful, amazing souls that they've been really locked in these situations, stuck with people that are highly toxic, highly unhealthy for them, for their mental health, and they've felt so like guilty, like they feel very obligated to this because they're like, but they're my twin flame. I'm like, they're just one. They're just the one that you met that activated your awareness of things that need to be healed. So do that work and then you can level up. Because at the end of the day, what we're wanting to experience, what the soul is designed to experience for this group of twin flames, is divine union. It's not one specific person. It's divine union. That is what we came here to experience. Divine union, not one specific person, okay? All right. So let's see here. The Fool card at the bottom means some new stuff is coming. Ooh, something's tickling me. Okay, so let's see here. What else do you have to say to this group? What else are they needing to hear? That's what I'm getting. Like, I feel like there's still, I'm getting kind of like a back and forth energy. So it's like kind of coming into this awareness, right? Starting to see this, but also not wanting to see it, not wanting to admit it. I feel like there's a lot of people that have felt, what I'm getting is like they're very invested, right? They're very invested in this belief, in this thought. And it's like having to sit there and be like, oh my gosh, like I didn't have to spend all this time with this. I didn't have to make all these sacrifices for this person. I didn't have to keep putting up with this in order to experience what I really truly want to experience. That's hard. That's hard to come to. This is funny. I got Queen of Wands here and she's got her sunflower, so I'm wearing my sunflower shirt. So brightness, Queen of Wands, when she's reversed, that's definitely witch's wound energy. Upright, this is telling me that it's like healed, like healing for the witch's wound. Don't go quiet on me, computer. Okay, so Queen of Wands energy, fiery, finding some new passion, finding new purpose. So it's like it's waking up. It's waking up in you. But there's some hesitancy. So Queen of Swords here. It's almost like what I'm getting from this is like a pendulum swing. I've talked about this before, where when we go through healing, right, we're kind of like at one end of the spectrum, and then it's like a pendulum. We kind of swing and overcompensate, right? And then eventually, as we do our work, it kind of comes and we find this like happy medium, and it kind of calms down. But this is what I'm getting from this. Queen of Wands upright, and then Queen of Swords reversed. This can Queen of Swords can be kind of a biatch, okay, when she's reversed. And that's okay, because what I feel like is happening from this is it's almost necessary in these situations. There's been some toxic, we had the devil there's been some toxic situations, and we've got some people here who are like, I'm doing my healing, and now I'm going to draw some hard boundaries. I'm going to draw this line in the sand, and I'm just not going to put up with your, you know what, anymore. Like, I'm just not doing it. So sure, to that other person, they're probably going to be like, oh my God, you're such a, you know, witch. We'll say that. You're such a witch. And it's like, well, honey, like, you can dole it out, but clearly when it's being met with a brick wall, you don't like the result. Like, you don't like how it feels when this energy is coming back to you. So maybe you need to think about that. So this energy here, it's beneficial. Okay. I have the Ace of Cups that came out reversed. So again, it's like kind of trying to move into this energy. We're a little bit off though. Okay. Since it's not upright, we're a little bit off the mark, and that's okay. So that's what this is for. This is for this group to say, hey, we've gone a little bit too far. Okay. This is what we're being told. So you're working on it. You're seeing that you need to heal. You're seeing that you're in this path. You're seeing that. You're aware. Awesome. This is huge. This is a very important first step, right? Admitting we have a problem, right? So we're seeing that, but then we're kind of getting a little bit like too much, a little bit overcompensating of like, I'm done. I've had enough, kind of energy. And it's, again, it's okay. It makes sense. I would not sit there and like judge yourself. What we're being asked to do is find this happy medium, because this Ace of Cups, that when it's reversed, it can refer to like self-love, right? But it's also, we're wanting to move into this energy is what I feel like. We're wanting to move into that new connection that's going to actually provide us with what we're seeking, right? That divine union. That's what we're wanting. That's the program for the twin flames. This is our programming. We want divine union. Okay. So, Wheel of Fortune here with this Queen of Wands. So with this like progress of healing the witch's wound. And just to throw it out there, for those that are in this journey and they're like, I really need to heal this, I have no idea how, I have a program specifically designed for that. It's called Sacred Feminine. It's to take you through healing the witch's wound and stepping into your divine feminine energy. Okay. So if anyone needs information on that, for those watching on Instagram, you can find it through the link in the bio. Otherwise, just DM me, just shoot me a message or comment and I'll get it to you. Okay. So we have, whatever happened here, there was a level of fate. There was a level of karma. But it kind of, what I'm getting is it kind of went too far. So again, it's like for this group of people who, it's like they stayed longer than they really should have. So it created a little bit of an imbalance. What I'm seeing is like a negative bank account. Okay, so it's like it created some kind of negative vortex here. And this, I have Ace of Wands here reversed with this Queen of Swords. So yeah, it's creating some delays. It's created some, because it's like we stayed too long, and this is what forced us to have to go into like this overly assertive energy with this Queen of Swords reversed. So unfortunately now we're not quite in a balance where we need to be to call in like a healthy divine counterpart. Okay. So it's a little bit too reactive, too on guard is what I'm getting. So it's kind of like tilted the scales a little bit. We saw that Justice card earlier. So let's see what we need to do. Yeah, so Ace of Cups here reversed with Knight of Wands reversed. So Knight of Wands reversed, I mean, this is again like it's delaying it. This is interesting. Both are just saying like there's a delay. It's a block. Okay. So it's almost like this fear of getting hurt, putting up these walls. I'm getting like a heart wall. It's like we want to have boundaries, but it's kind of like they've gone too far. It's like they've just gotten, instead of being like, okay, I know how I deserve to be treated. I know what I want. It's kind of more of this energy where it's like, this is a brick wall that is covered with spines. And if you want me, you're going to have to scale this wall. I'm seeing like Prince Philip in the original cartoon, like Sleeping Beauty, where it's like, honey, if you want to get to me at this point, you're going to have to like chop down all these thorns. You're going to have to slay that dragon. Like, you're going to really have to fight for it. And as much as you deserve that, unfortunately, the masculine also deserves someone who would do the same for them, right? Or the feminine, who, depending on what we're seeking, okay? So we have to remember that. Like, it's easy to think, oh, well, they're going to have to really prove themselves. But what about them? Like, shouldn't they be shown too that I'll say we as part of the collective, that we are also a partner that is soft and nurturing and going to provide them with protection and protect their mental health and create a safe space for them, right? So it's like, I get it, and I'm sure we can all sit here and be like, I get it, but we also kind of miss that. This is what happens when we go through this very protective energy, right? Especially if we've dealt with someone who showed narcissistic behavior, the gaslighting, the love bombing, the manipulation, that really quick, like going into something like within like one or two conversations where they're like, I could see myself marrying you. And you're like, what? Like that's not healthy, right? That shouldn't be happening. And they'll use that twin flame thing where it's like, oh, well, we're twin flames, right? So I should just be able to justify this very inappropriate dating procedure with you to justify. But so it's like we become very closed off, where it's like, ugh, don't come closer. I need you to really prove yourself. And then the other counterpart is like, well, you're just like, you're not healed. Clearly you're way too guarded. You're too on edge, right? And so then we go through this like back and forth thing. So what we're being told and what we're being shown is there is something new coming, and we are moving into this new energy. There is transformation, right? We had the Phoenix. We had some very beautiful energy, but now it's funny because I'm being shown that sword and rose again. And what did I say? With Sleeping Beauty, it's like briar rose, right? The thorns, the sword, and the rose, right? So there's a little bit of like this overprotective energy. It's creating a delay. It's blocking this from being able to move forward. Who are you? There you go. Okay, so we have the High Priestess here to say hello. All right, so I think this is what I want to know. Like, what do we need to start doing? What does this group need to really start doing so that they can feel safer, so they can kind of release that, like, defensive armor, so they can, like, take that off and be able to be welcoming, but also trust, right? Also feel safe, because it's like, I trust myself now. I know how to recognize these red flags, right? I know how to see the love bombing. I know how to recognize when someone's coming in too quickly, right? I know how to do this. I know it now. So I need to trust my intuition. Now we have this 10 of Wands energy back. So there's definitely feeling stressed about this. I mean, this can also pertain to like working hard, but it almost feels like it's too big. So this is what I'm getting. It's like the one that you want is, it's almost like we don't think that they exist, or almost like we're not good enough for the one that we would want, which I know is really an interesting conundrum. I've been there where it's like, I don't feel like anyone is like, I know my worth, I know this, and I know that. And it's like, I don't think anybody is really going to measure up to that. And then there's also this level of, because we're thinking like, where are all the good ones, right? And then there's also this level of, well, if that one did come in, I don't think I would be good enough for them, right? So it's like this weird self-sabotage. It's a covert self-sabotage to continue to like keep ourselves walled off. So who does that? Who else is guilty of that? Isn't that interesting? It's just to like observe, right? We just observe it like, maybe, maybe I'm doing that. Oh, look at this. So this is pertaining, I'm the lovers. So this is pertaining to relationships, right? So there's this need to start really tuning in and trusting that intuition. I've talked about this before about where when we kind of all peel it back, we can recognize and see that a lot of the times our intuition had already told us, right? But it was us that, you know, kind of ignored it. Or like, no, sit down. I feel that this is it, really, because we just wanted it to be. And we wanted it to be what we wanted it to be, right? So we kind of ignored it. We kind of ignored that intuition. We kind of ignored that guidance. And we said, no, like, I'm sure. Or who else has fallen into the trap of, well, I can help them, right? I feel like this is the one, but I can see these red flags, but because of who we are, because we're twin flames, because we're destined, I can help fix them, right? Who's done that? Who's done that? Who's convinced themselves of that, even though your intuition was screaming like, get out of here. Don't do it. Run. Like, this person is toxic. Look at all these red flags. It's like, cool. I'm a season pass holder. I love me some roller coasters. It's like you get to an age like me. Oh my God. The last time I went on a roller coaster was over 12 years ago when I was 25. And oh my God, I thought it would be so fun. My friend and I thought it would be so fun to go. I need to do the chiropractor the next day. I was like, oh my God, I'm old. So yeah, we don't need that anymore. We're past that, right? We're at an age where we don't need it. We don't need it anymore. We don't need to do that. There's so many more relaxing, beautiful things. Okay. All right. 4 of Swords reversed here with this High Priestess. So again, it's like trusting the intuition, going into that space of contemplation. This is saying like, don't rush into these things. I have a feeling, and it's okay, but I have a feeling that most of these encounters and situations, it was like, you must be them. And it went really, really fast. And there was just this automatic like jump where within days, it's like, you're them, and let's, like, now we're together, and let's do this, and let's be this. And then within weeks or months, it just like blew up, right? So this is saying you really need to trust your intuition, and you need to take this slow. You need to really like tune it back. 4 of Swords reverse is it's the one where it's like, you need to check to see if this is aligned. Okay. So it's like taking that step and saying, I'm really going to just tune into this. And I can already feel some people like resisting where it's like, I don't know if I can really trust myself. And it's like, you can. I want you to know that message is coming through. You really can. Like, you are very protected in this space now. You do know what to look for. You do know how to spot it. And so now it's just up to you to really start listening and trusting this, okay? And taking that time to sit back and say, I'm going to observe. I'm going to really check for alignment on this. I'm going to check to see how I'm feeling every step of the way, really checking in, okay? So then we have Knight of Swords reversed here with this Ten of Wands, kind of feeling like this is a heavy burden. I don't really think that this is going to happen. So this Knight of Swords here with this is what's causing this kind of impulsive, like, let's just go ahead and jump in. This is what's causing us to ignore the intuition, because there is that fear of, well, if this person isn't it, then I just might never find them who can relate to this, who has had those thoughts. I know you have, because I'm hearing them. So we have these thoughts where it's like, I don't know, like they seem pretty close, so let's just go ahead and jump in. Let me snag them while I can, because I don't see doing better. I've been waiting so long. I've been wanting this so long. And so we're kind of jumping into this, being a little bit too impulsive. Okay. And so there's really this anxiety. It's almost like I'm almost afraid that I don't trust myself enough to not do this again. Okay. So that's on us, right? It's really sitting in this intuition, that checking for alignment. If you can do that, then you will stay safe and you will stay protected through this process. Then this Lover's card, so this is where we're like moving into this relationship. We have the Seven of Wands, okay? It's reversed. So again, it's just like mirroring this energy where it's like, I've almost gotten to the point where I'm just gonna give up. I don't even want to try anymore, because I'm so afraid that I'm going to get another bad one, another toxic partner, another one that is unhealed and their nervous system is just completely on fire, and they're constantly needing me to make them feel better, and then they're saying that I'm too needy because they project on me. Like, it's like all this, like I'm terrified that I'm gonna call this back in, right? But again, as long as we go into this energy of trusting the intuition and really like not rushing it, like checking in every step of the way. Am I feeling activated because of old stuff, or is their behavior activating me? What's going on with this? That behavior that was concerning, am I able to talk to them about this? Are they responsive? Are they reactive when I say something? Are they open? So it's like really going slow and really feeling through all of that. You know, there's this thing, I have a psychology degree, so I talk a lot about psychology. And so there's this thing about you really can't start, like, get to know someone until after 3 months. So it's like you really shouldn't even put a label on anything until at least after 3 months of getting to know them, dating, hanging out, doing all this stuff. Because people can hold that mask for about 3 months and then it starts to slip. Especially if they have stress, it's going to slip faster and sooner. So if they have something stressful coming up, man, you'll get to see their true colors pretty fast. But it's about 3 months, okay? So this is important. Kind of take that time, really be observant, watchful in those 3 months, and try to. I'm getting the word detached, like not in an unhealthy way where it's like, nope. It's just kind of in a way of like, I'm happy with myself, I'm secure with myself, I'm comfortable with myself, and I want to see if you bring value. And so I'm going to observe. It's kind of like the 90-day evaluation for a job, right? If you're hiring someone, I am looking at a potential life partner to partner in life with. It would be like you being a CEO of the company, right? I'm looking for someone to help me run, my operations manager. So you seem like a good fit. Let's see how this goes, and after 90 days we'll reevaluate, right? And so then it's going to take some time. Watch, see how they behave and stuff, see how they behave in these scenarios. Doing that's going to help you kind of sink out of this stress and this fear that's coming around entering into a partnership. Okay, I'm going to end this one here. And I'll move over into the extended. For those that want to follow me over there, the extended is inside my members community, referred to as the collective. If you're here with me live on Instagram, you can find that through the link in my bio. And then for those rewatching on YouTube, that will be in the description. Now, if anybody wants to learn more about their own witch's wound archetype and how that's showing up in their relationships, how it's affecting them being able to go into union, learn your archetype by taking the quiz. That's also linked in the bio and will be in the description on YouTube, okay? So that's kind of a first step. It's like, how am I showing up? What is my archetype? What is this defensive energy, protective energy that I'm showing up in? That's going to, I'm telling you, it's gonna really shine some light on a lot of different things, okay? So make sure to take that quiz. So for the extended, I'm going to ask a little bit more about, I want to get to know the partner. Like, who's this new person that's going to come in once we're able to tune down? I have a feeling for some, there's some curiosity thinking there might already be somebody. So I want to kind of get a feel as to, are they already in our experience? Or are they someone brand new that's going to come in? And then what are going to be some signs? This is what I love this. What are going to be some signs that it's them, so that we can feel safe, right? So that we can feel comfortable and say, oh, I see this. This is what Nancy said. This is what my spirit team delivered through her. I see this playing out, okay? So let's look at that in the extended, and any other kind of tips and advice that come through, or any other questions. So for the extended, whoever hops on live with me, those are interactive. So if they have a question that they want me to tune into, I will do that on the live for the extended readings, which is really fun. Okay, so yeah, but that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna look into a little bit more about them, where they currently are. Is this going to be someone new? And then, I think isn't that what I said? Someone remind me when I get on the extended. Okay. It's so hard to keep track. All right. Well, I'll see you guys over there. Thank you. If you love this, share it. Make sure that you are following, subscribed, all of that good stuff. And I will see you over in the extended. And I really appreciate you sharing your energy with me today. Bye.